Matthew's Gospel, and we're in chapter 10, and we're up to verse 16. Idu ego apostello humas hos probita in Mesolukon. So behold, I send you hos probita, like a sheep, in Meso, in the middle, Lukon of wolves. Gineste un phronimoi hos hoi ofes kai akeraioi hos hai paristerai. Imperative here from Ginomai. So be therefore phronimoi, wise, or using your frame, using your mind. So be therefore wise, like or as hoi ophes. Now this is the plural. The nominative, its third declension is office, and this is the third declension plural. So office. So be wise as serpents or snakes. Kai akeraioi. This is an interesting word. It means simple, pure, sincere. It's literally unmixed, so hence pure. It's an alpha privative plus this care root, which is connected with keronumi, to mix. It's an old Homeric word. So it's unmixed, hence pure, and hence innocent. Hos like the peristerai, the doves. Pros ekete de apo ton anthropon, paradosus synga humas es sunedria kai en tai synagogai sauton mastigosus in humas. Beware, or keep away from, so beware of the men. For paradosusin, from paradidomi, this is the future here, they will hand you over es sunedria, to Sanhedrins, or possibly councils. Sunedrion is a council, but it's often translated as Sanhedrin, a Jewish council. This may be more general here, but it is seems to be in a Jewish context with a mention of synagogue here, so I think perhaps various Sanhedrins or Jewish councils, and in their synagogues, mastigosusin, they will whip you. The verb here is mastigoo. It's an omicron contract verb, and probably we're meant to see a chiasmus here. So we've got they will do this here, and here they will do something else. So we're getting a crossover pattern, which Greek often likes to do. So they will hand you over to their Sanhedra, or Sanhedrins, and they will beat you in their synagogues. They will whip you in their synagogues. This whole passage really looks as though it's a rereading back in from later Christianity. It's not clear that Jesus thought this was going to happen to his disciples at this very early stage of things. But anyway, again, you can look at the commentaries on this. Kai epi hegemonas de kai basileis okeses de heneken mu es maturion autois kaitus ethnesen. And this is aktheseste. This is the future passive from ago. The gamma has been aspirated to a chi before the theta here. So you will be led, from ago, to lead, you will be led before hegemones, these are governors, and basileis, kings. This is an accusative plural here. It's a little bit different to the classical form, which would be basileas. So this is actually an accusative form. Heniken mu, on account of me, as a witness to them, so for the purpose of being a witness to them and to the Gentiles. Hotan de paradosin humas, me merimneseti pos etilelesete. Whenever they hand you over, paradidomi, it can also has that sense of betray as well, but here I think it's just when they hand you over. Do not have a care. The verb here is merimnao. Merimna is a care or concern. This is the verb connected with this. So do not worry about, do not trouble yourself. Pose atilalesete, how or what you will say. This is subjunctive here after hotan. The subjunctive is here after hotan. So when they hand you over, we're getting may plus subjunctive as in place of an imperative here, and same here. So do not worry how or what you might speak. Dothesetai ga humin in ekene te hora. For dothesetai is the future passive from didomi. It will be given to you on that day, ti leleseti, what you will say. Again, it's subjunctive here. Uga humos esti hoi laluntes ala to pneuma tu patros humon to lalun in humin. For you, and it's emphatic here, you are not the ones speaking. It's not you speaking, Allah top pneuma, but the Spirit of our Father, tot lalun. Now that's a neuter participle, agreeing with pneuma from lalio. So that's a participle here. That which, the Spirit of your Father, the one speaking in humin, in you. So it's not you speaking, but it is the Spirit of your Father which is speaking in you. Paradose de adelphos adelphon, es thanaton kai pate technon kai ep anasteson tai techne ep gones kai thanatosus in autus. Greek, classical Greek in particular, Greek in dramatic poetry, they love to have two words right next to each other that are the same word but in different cases. There's a technical name called a periptoton, I think is the technical term for this. So brother will hand over or will betray brother to death, and father, understand, will betray son, and techna, children, will rise up against. So we've got ep against, ana up, and histemi. Neuter verb, as often happens in biblical Greek. So children will rise up against gones, their parents. This is again accusative, third declension, slightly different to classical. And they will put them to death. This is from thanato'o, it's an omicron contract verb, it's a future here. Kai eses there misuminoi hupopanton dia to onomamu, and you will be hated. So we get a sort of future periphrastic here where we've got the future of the verb to be plus a participle. You will be, you will be hated by them on account of my name. Hot der hupomenas, the one remaining es telos, to the end, so almost persevering here, the one persevering or remaining to the end, hutos, this one, so thesetai, will be saved, future passive from sozo. Hotan de diokosin humas ente pole taute, Whenever they persecute you in this city, flee up here. So it is sufficient for the disciple that he might become. Hos is here in the sense of like. Hos has a range of meanings in both classical and later Greek. So that he might become like his teacher, and the slave like his master. Eiton oikadespoten Beelzebul epikalusan posoimalon tus oikiakus autu. This is Jesus really is having a go at the Pharisees here, because they've said earlier that Jesus does all this by the power of Beelzebul, or by the power of Satan, and he gets in this little rejoinder here. So if epikaleo is to call someone by a nickname, literally, so, or a surname. So it's literally if they surnamed, or if they named the master of the house, they called him Beelzebub, or Beelzebul, by how much more, understand, will they will they surname, or will they give names to the oikiakus, the servants of the house, or servants of his house, so his house servants. This oikiakos is a New Testament word. It doesn't appear in earlier Greek. Me un phobeste autus udenga estin kekalumenon houk ana kalufdesatai kai krypton hou gnothesatai. Do not therefore fear them, for nothing is hidden. This is the perfect passive participle from kalupto. Nothing is hidden which uk apokalupthesatai, which will not be revealed. This is a future passive from apokalypto, to reveal. And hidden, krypton, which will not be known. Future passive from ginosko. Hot lego humin ente scotia epiti tofoti kai hot es tous acuete keruxiti epiton domaton. That which I say to you in the darkness, speak in the light. and that which you hear in your ear. This is the word for ear. Us, it's a third declension neuter noun. Us, form there, accusative. So that which you hear in your ear, proclaim, from kerusso, epitone, domatone, literally from the houses, probably the rooftops it's generally translated as. So from the top of the houses, from the, and it's a genitive, so it can mean from here. So proclaim from the houses, so perhaps from the rooftops. And do not fear, apo, from tone, apok, tenon, tone, tosoma, from the one killing the body. This is, we have the verb apoktano, which is the classical word to kill, which you also get in New Testament Greek, but this is a slightly later form, slightly regularized. The verb is apoktenno with double nu, and it's become slightly regularized. Apoktano still appears, but you'll get this late form here. So from the ones killing the body. Tain depsukain me dunamenon apoktenai. But not being able to kill ten psukain, the soul. So this is genitive after this apotone here. So do not fear, do not have any fear from those killing the body, but not from those not being able to kill the soul. Phobeste de malon, but rather fear tot dunomenon, the one being able, apolesai, to destroy in Gehenna both the psuke, the soul, and the body. Uki duo struthia asariu poletai. We have a question here expecting the answer yes. Are not two sparrows, poletai is the present passive from polio, to sell, and this is a genitive of price. You often use the genitive for the price of something. The asario is 1/16 of a denarius. In other words, it's almost nothing. So are not two sparrows sold for a 1/6 of a denarius? You might say for a penny or something, or for a cent, put it into modern parlance. Kai hen ex auten u pesetai epitengen anu tu patros humon. And so the u goes with the hen here, not one from among them. Pesetai, future from pipto, will fall upon the earth without your father, i.e. without your father knowing, or presumably here. Humon de kai hoi trikes ten kapales pasai arithmemenoi asin. Even the hairs of all the hairs of your head, and we get a periphrastic perfect passive here, have been numbered. Literally are having been numbered. This is from arithmeo, and this is the perfect passive participle here, being used periphrastic. Numbered. Me un phobestai, therefore do not fear. Polon struthion diafereti humes, you differ, and it takes a genitive here, so it's from diafero. So you differ, literally from many struthion sparrows. So you are different from all the sparrows. That's the next little section of chapter 10.